I said you better watch what you're doing, 'cause I ain't gonna stop when I'm moving. I'm headed to the top, I'ma do it. I'm headed to the top, I'ma prove it. And I could go all night, I'm sick of being nothing. All right, I'm gonna be something. I'll fight with every breath, trust me. I'ma be the one at the top, you can't touch me. I bleed with every word coming. I would rather die than be someone who's nothing. I'm the type of dude who will not remain nameless. I'm the type of dude who is headed for greatness. I'm the type of dude who could really make changes, 'cause I'm the type of dude that's becoming contagious. I'm the type of dude that will always be ageless. I'm the type of dude that will always feel shameless. I'm the type of dude that they say is fucking heinous, 'cause I'm the type of dude that you know is fucking dangerous.
You are absolutely right. The way he went about it was absolutely wrong. Like, so, like I said, I'm not
of my Jewish hatred that actually goes. Other than the fact that why are y'all popping out of the sewers in New York City?
Annunciation Catholic Church. You couldn't call it pronounced Catholic Church?
Yeah, pronounce the Catholic.
An oil tanker is that it's really, really big. 4 soccer fields long, carries 2 or 3 million barrels of oil, and it weighs more than a skyscraper, all of which makes it slow, 10 or 15 knots. That is, no joke, the speed of a bicycle. Our global energy supply lines move at the speed of a Schwinn. And let me show you on this globe why that's important. If you biked all day, how much of this globe do you think you could cross? Like, maybe the width of the point of this pen, right? Maybe. You worked really hard. Okay, now imagine hopping on your 12 speed starting in Dubai. Where's Dubai? Here we go. Starting in Dubai. And now imagine that you have to bike out of Dubai all the way down here, down the coast of Africa, down, across the Cape of Good Hope, back up the other coast of Africa, all the way across the Atlantic, through the Caribbean, before finally arriving at the deepwater oil port in Louisiana. That would take forever on a bike, right? Which, remember, is the speed that these oil tankers go. Like, that is how our oil travels, as if it were on a bike. And maybe you see where I'm going with this. This is a map of global oil flows put together by JP Morgan. Don't worry about all this text, we'll explain it in a minute. These red lines show the oil coming out of the Middle East, going out to the rest of the world. This is the stuff that's been cut off. Here it is back in December before the war. There it goes, the oil is flowing. But remember, it moves at the speed of a bunch of bicycles. So now it's January, and the oil is just finally reaching parts of Asia and Europe. And we're into February before it hits the US, and then it hits refineries in South Korea that then sends it on down these pink lines to Australia and New Zealand. So when the war starts and the oil stops flowing, there's actually still a ton out there, taking its long, lazy little bike ride around the globe. That's a big part of why things seem weirdly normal. For most countries, the oil shutdown has not reached us yet. We're still getting shipments that were sent out before the war started. So when do those shipments stop? If you look at that map again, it says most deliveries to the US will stop around April 15th. In Europe, they stop around April 10th. Asia, April 1st, so it's just getting started. But here in parts of Africa, there's March 20th. We're already well into it. And that's even hitting places like the US, where we are still receiving oil from before the war started. Countries whose shipments ran out are creating this big surge in demand. So anytime you go to the pump or pay your power bill, you are bidding against them and they are bidding against you. And all of this is going to get significantly worse when China and Europe start running out of shipments too and surge demand to replace it, which is really close to happening. This is an oil tanker. And the thing to know about an oil tanker...
It hasn't hit us yet, but it's going to hurt.
Yeah, but don't we make our own? Don't we refine our own?
Yeah.
Don't we have reserves to do the shit that other countries don't do?
Yeah, but let's put it into perspective here. Our reserves, we only have like 460 million barrels or something like that. But we use 60 a day.
I know that. I'm just saying. Don't we have refineries and stuff like that to do that shit here? Haven't we been doing it here?
And to a certain extent, yeah.
So then we shouldn't be deathly fucking a problem. Like, what up, Sober? What up, Rick? What up, Jonah? What up, Amanda? What up, Bubba? What up, Biz? What up, Rick? How's everybody? What up, Spuds on the YouTube side?
What's going on?
It's me. But yeah, don't we have aren't we doing all that shit here? So not like Europe.
But the
not
Strait
like
of
Europe.
Hormuz is like, I think it's like 20% of global trade goes through there or something.
Yeah,
so
20%.
If you're cutting that down, holy shit, dude. You know?
Yeah, I get that, but once again, aren't we supposed to be self-reliant? I mean, I know Australia and Europe are fucked. Australia and Europe are fucked because they don't refine, and that's what I find the funniest part about it is, like, you're okay. You talk about global warming and stopping big oil, blah blah blah, but it's okay for them to do it in other countries, so we can import the oil, we can import the gasoline. That's fine. But here is save the fucking turtles. It makes no sense. They're all retarded.
That's the same argument for why we can't drill for our oil.
What do you mean?
We have a large deposit of oil right off the coast.
Mm-hmm.
We can't drill for it because of the climate, people.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it fucking retarded. Like, they're okay.
I think we can actually now. I think something was lifted on that, but yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I'm talking about. The fucking rationale of these people are retarded. They want to stop using plastic bags. Meanwhile, there's a fucking literal account on a TikTok or X, or it might be on both, that has a game called Garbage or No Garbage, where they just pick a random spot in India, and 100% of the time, you can find garbage. Let's do Jennifer's favorite thing and go to Google Earth and see.
Oh God.
Let's play this game. Let's play the game of.
Let's do this. Let's
play that game. Let's go to Google Earth.
Davey screen. There we go.
Whatever the fuck.
I'm gonna eat my hamburger too.
Just explore. Let me just explore. Get the fuck out of here. Let's go. Where's India? All right, India's right there, right? Let's just go. Here we go. Let's go into the city. Let's see. Can I pull this little fucker out here?
Nope.
Come on.
Oh, you can?
Garbage.
Garbage.
Yeah. There's garbage all over there's garbage and rubble all over the place. But you want to tell me I have to use plastic bags? I can't in some states I can't use fucking plastic bags. Meanwhile, there's a whole little thing of plastic bags here, garbage over here, shit over there.
But Davey, they're third world, so that doesn't matter.
Oh, what the fuck does that mean?
It from them.
Oh. Yeah, that's why we don't fucking charge them the way everybody else gets charged, because they have no fucking idea. They don't know. They're too dumb to know. Why? How would they know? They're just a simple people. Look at this.
I mean, don't they just sling shit at each other or something? Lather themselves up in it and...
Yes. Because I know you would be. I just Rich just got his copy, so hopefully us three will just fuck shit up soon. But yeah. So you want to talk about, saving the fucking turtles, meanwhile, or not drilling for oil because there's too much, we're a problem. We're a problem. We're using too much CO2. We're making dirty landfills. This town is a fucking landfill with people living on it. It's still cleaner than Democrat cities. You're not wrong, Jonah. You're not fucking wrong.
I just bit the fuck out of my tongue.
That's what you get for having a tongue.
You know what? Fuck. I don't have that one up either. Where is it?
Let's see.
There it is. Boom. Okay, so now we got that look back. I was like, why is there a black square there?
It's just...
All right.
Let's go to another. Oh, this one's actually got farms. Oh, nope.
Trash.
Still some trash, but it's not as dirty.
That's because there's not a lot of people there.
Talunga, whatever the fuck that is. But yeah.
Go to the
So
big
I'm just
cities, bigger areas.
I'm just where's that what's that big fucking city in there? Mumbai?
Dubai.
There's Mumbai.
Dubai. That is not what?
What the fuck just happened? Garbage. Why did it take me over? There's a swimming pool. And it's not brown.
We just
How the
found
fuck
Epstein.
I put Mumbai and it takes me to fucking some Brazil.
It
What
flipped
the hell?
No, it flipped the globe upside down, put you
Yeah.
in water, and then you just saw a pool.
I want to go to Mumbai. Look at that. Look at those fucking delicious feet. Oh, look, it's garbage. Fucking garbage. But yeah. So I don't understand why these fucking tards are out here telling everybody, we can't drill for oil. We can't drill for oil. It's gonna hurt the turtles. Fuck you.
I will admit, what was that? That Exxon oil spill thing? Yeah,
Oh,
that
Exxon
was
Valdez,
bad.
that was
Yeah.
that
was
was bad.
massive.
That was fucking bad. I
But
mean,
yeah.
those poor fucking ducks.
What up, Lord? Everybody's over there in the Rumble side already. But, dude, before we get into this this first story here, I wanna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys something. Check this out. This comes from the AP here.
You know, it's great to get some very clear video and images of the crew yesterday, and the crew configured their cameras aboard Integrity, and we have some of the latest images to share with you. This first one we got to the ground shows the unique vantage point of the crew.
Look at that, dude.
It's flat.
Yeah, it's flat as fuck though, ain't it?
It's
Look,
turned like this. It's flat.
you can see the fucking atmosphere.
Is that what that white?
That white
white
ring around
ring-
the planet?
Mm-hmm.
That's the atmosphere. You can fucking see it. But
That is pretty cool, though.
it doesn't look as cloudy as it used to, does it?
No.
As they look back at the Earth. It shows a backlit Earth revealing auroras as the crew heads towards the moon. You know, it's great to think that with the exception of our four friends, all of us are represented in this image. This one shows Earth, as you can see, the Terminator line. And Reed also.
Okay. Okay, so we got some vortices going on here. We got some active weather patterns.
What's the Terminator line?
That's where it goes from light to dark.
Oh.
took this photo after translunar injection burn yesterday. What an amazing shot that he shared with us here.
That Lakeisha showed you some, and I have a couple of my favorites. So the first one is just awesome to see from our spaceship. Out the window, our beautiful...
I can't lie, that looks like a marble fucking ball.
Yeah, it does. Lauren
And
said the
there's just
WSO.
Yeah.
What is the WSO?
WSO, I don't know.
So WSO is badass. I broke my ankle, crawled 100 feet into my truck,
Oh,
and called for help. Dude hiked 7,000 feet with a broken ankle to hide.
weapons
Badass.
specialist. The weapons officer on board. Yeah.
Oh.
Look at that though, dude. I will admit
most
this,
of us
though.
will never see, ever.
I will admit this though. I think Elon Musk's proving that the reusable rocket can be done kind of spurred NASA on again. Because this motherfucker's going into low Earth orbit with this shit and coming down with it and catching toothpicks. Come the fuck on. What are we doing? So they did this.
Can
Yeah.
you see how beautiful it is, guys? We are out here looking down. Jonas says the studio work has gotten so much better since 1969.
Right?
Home planet, the Earth. I
Weapons
believe Reed
Special
took this
Systems
picture,
Operator,
and it just brings a lot of great emotion. And then the second one, great to see the crew, great to see their smiling faces, and hear them talk about their experience already so far. And I can't wait to talk to them when they land home back Earth.
When they
Which one was the
land
weapons
home back
specialist?
Earth. Huh?
Which one was the weapons specialist? Was that the black dude, the weapons specialist?
I don't know the skin color of him, but yeah, he's
Well,
the
there's
dude
one-
that sits in the back of the cockpit there. The pilot's in the front seat. Weapons specialist is in the back. He's the one that's actually
What am I-
firing the weapons.
No, on there. I thought there was a weapons special operator
On the why?
on the Artemis 2.
Why?
I don't know. I thought that's what Lauren was talking about.
No,
There
he's
was a
talking about the pilot in Iran.
Oh.
Yeah, we were just hitting this up real quick just before we get into that story.
Oh.
But yeah, that's the planet, ladies and gentlemen, and it is it's looking pretty fucking round.
It's looking pretty fucking blue too. Not a lot of clouds in the sky.
Yeah, that's true. But check this out. Downed American airmen rescued from Iran in nighttime operation. This comes from First Coast News here.
Well, a daring nighttime rescue playing out deep inside Iran to rescue a U.S. airman who was missing after his fighter jet was shot down. This as President Trump issues another threat to Iran. Here's ABC's Allison Cossack with the latest.
The Air Force colonel stranded deep inside Iran after his plane was shot down on Friday, now safe and sound, according to President Trump. U.S. officials confirming hundreds of soldiers from elite special operations units executed a dangerous nighttime rescue. Special forces flying into the mountainous terrain using highly adaptable MH-6 Little Bird helicopters and MC-130Js. During the operation, 2 aircraft involved in that mission getting stuck at a location, forcing the troops to deliberately destroy and disable the aircraft. Iranian state media releasing these images they say show parts of those aircraft. These satellite images appear to show the wreckage near Isfahan. The news of the rescue comes as President Trump issued a profanity-laced message on social media, warning Iran will be living in hell if they do not reopen the Strait of Hormuz by Tuesday night, writing,
No, if they don't fucking open it up. But yeah.
Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one.
If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard.
When asked if he is concerned about striking civilian infrastructure, Trump said, "The civilians want me to do it," arguing the Iranian people are living in hell. Experts warn destroying civilian infrastructure could be a war crime under international law.
If it's civilian infrastructure, which of course could affect things like water treatment plants, hospitals, then many would argue that that's not a valid military target and against international law.
As the clock ticks on that U.S. deadline and fears grow of further escalation. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
I'm sorry.
So which one? So I was told that what was it, an F-30, not an F-35, but like it was like F-20, F-15. That was the one that was down, and then an A-10 Warthog went down in the ocean. Those are the only 2. Did a CJ or whatever a C-130? Did a C-130 go down also?
I don't fucking actually know.
Because
What up,
I
Glenn?
thought I saved the video, but some fucking dunderhead was saying that a C-130 went down, which a C-130 is a giant fucking plane.
Yeah, it is.
So they're saying a C-130, and he was saying a C-130 went down, and then they said they ejected out of it, and he's like, they couldn't eject out of it. I worked on the A team, and they said, and there was no way they would eject out of it. And I'm like, nobody said a C-130 went down.
Right.
trying to find the video, but yeah, he was talking about how his C-130 went down. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was just an F-15 and a fucking Warthog and an A-10.
Right.
Trying to find that video. But yeah, people are just fucking... This is why you don't get your information from TikTok. This is why you just sit there and you laugh at TikTok.
Right. Hell yeah.
Because they're...
They're fucking retarded, dude. But if this is the down pilot, the U.S. general actually talking about the strike here. Check this out.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. A note before I start, I know many of you want specific details.
Yeah, the C-130 was never shot down nor went down.
We'll share what we can, but I will retain what I must in the event
I
that we
hear
have
it.
to go do this again sometime.
Oh, sorry.
And I cannot stress the importance, as the President said, around operational security. The Secretary and I will do a more detailed briefing tomorrow morning, and we look forward to sharing the details that we can. On Thursday, 2 April at 10:10 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:40 in the morning, local Iran time.
Rick has a point. That C-130 they're talking about may be the one that was destroyed by us because they got caught up in a makeshift fucking bridge we made. That fell the fuck apart and under stormy winds and fucked everything up again. You remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, after Israel went after
Rick
Gaza.
says profanity laced. He used one fucking curse word.
I mean, one is profanity laced. But yeah.
The Joint Personnel Recovery Center, which handles the Central Command area of responsibility, declared an isolated personnel recovery event for a U.S. Air Force F-15E Strike Eagle, call sign Dude 44, which was down in hostile Iranian territory.
Dude 44.
The pilot and weapons system officer had both safely ejected and were isolated behind enemy lines. Following confirmation of active rescue beacons and on the direction of the Secretary and by order of the President, a rescue operation was launched with the stated purpose of bringing both Americans home safely. As the Secretary said, several hours later on the morning after positively locating the front seater, call sign Dude 44 Alpha, and aware of an aggressive ongoing search by the enemy, a U.S. Central Command plan was approved by the Secretary and the President.
Imagine your call sign name being Dude 44. It's funny as hell to me. Dude 44 Alpha.
Guarantee you they find out a white supremacist way. They go like, what's half of 88? 44. Dude's a white supremacist.
Oh my God.
He did it to hide his white supremacy because nobody would ever think 44 is half of 88.
I don't know what kind of weird shit's happening, but okay.
Shortly thereafter, a U.S. Air Force Combat Search and Rescue Task Force comprised of A-10 Warthogs in their Sandy role, and I'll describe what.
Lauren said C-130 destroyed in Iraq as well as an AWACS in Saudi. They were on the ground, no personnel hurt. That got stuck. Everyone got out.
I mean, if it was destroyed on the ground, but yeah. Again, gives you kind of gives a little bit more suspicion as to the drones that never get taken care of right outside of bases now, right?
That is in a
Rick said, Rick said you destroy the aircraft when you abandon it so they don't recover it to use or gain access to working equipment, as opposed to all the perfectly intact working aircraft and equipment Biden left in Afghanistan.
Right. You're supposed to destroy that shit. But yeah.
C-130 Combat King 2s, HH-60 Jolly Green 2 helicopters, and Air Force Special
I'm already
Warfare
40 bills,
Airmen,
I understand.
a package comprised of combat rescue officers and pararescueman operators, audaciously penetrated enemy territory in broad daylight to find, fix, and recover due.
Yeah, I get it. Pilots do not choose their own call sign. It is given to them by the first air wing members. But dude 4-4?
Maybe they had a Dell joke between them. And he bought 44 Dells, so he called him Dude 44. Dude, you're getting 44 Dells.
Or he was in some kind of film as an extra and he was just known as Dude 44.
Probably. That'd be funny.
Dude 44.
He was in Top Gun Maverick and he was just Dude 44. Fucking his first wing airman was a dick.
Right? Oh, that shit would be funny as hell.
4-4 Alpha from behind enemy lines. This was an incredibly dangerous mission, an incredibly dangerous undertaking, but a filled promise made to every American warfighter that you will not be left behind. We will always come find you, and we will always bring you home. Over the next hours, the search and rescue task force crossed the beach, entered.
I will admit, they did all this shit for one motherfucker. One single, solitary fucking soldier. Well, airman, but
into Iranian airspace, protected by a fighter strike package, and moved into the objective area,
right, Jonah?
all under fire. En route, as some of you have seen on social media, the helicopters took gas
I almost
off
choked
the
on a fucking French fry.
and pressed onward and forward up into the objective area.
Neat.
While this was ongoing, and out in front of them, the Sandy flight of A-10s and other remotely piloted aircraft, drones, and other tactical aircraft were violently suppressing and engaging the enemy in a close-in gunfight to keep them away from the front seater and allow the pickup force to get into the objective area. During this engagement, one of the Sandy aircraft, the one primarily responsible for communicating with the downed pilot, was hit by enemy fire. This pilot continued to fight, continued the mission, and then upon exit, flew his aircraft into another country and determined that the airplane was not landable. This was one of our A-10 Sandy aircraft. The pilot then made the decision to eject over friendly territory and was quickly and safely recovered and is doing fine.
Okay.
After picking up Dude 4-4 Alpha, the H-860 Jolly Green fight was engaged by every single person in Iran who had a small arms weapon. And one of the aircraft, the trailing aircraft, took several hits. The crew sustained minor injury, and they are going to be fine. A note for those of you that do not know what a Sandy does. Named after the flight call sign that did this very mission in Vietnam, flying A-1 Sky Raiders and A-7 Corsairs. A Sandy has one mission: get to the survivor, bring the rescue force forward, and put themselves between that survivor on the ground and the enemy. They are committed to this. This is what they live for, and this is what they've trained for over many years. The A-10 force
I saw that
and
with
the
Rob.
rescue force
That was pretty good.
Did a fantastic job rescuing Dude 4-4 Alpha. He was recovered Friday afternoon. As I said, and the nation needs to know this, this was an incredibly brave
that wasn't Rob. That was
courageous mission,
Asmongold, wasn't it?
and a testament to the courage,
Yeah, I think that was
skill,
Asmongold.
and
Did a video on
tenacity
it.
of the joint force and our leaders. And especially a daylight option, having the guts to try, means so much to so many. Meanwhile, the backseater, as the President and the Secretary have said, had continued to work and survive. Through the hours of daylight, Dude 4-4 Bravo, the backseater, evaded. Using every means available, the efforts of the United States military, the Central Intelligence Agency, and others were attempting to find and locate with precision Dude 4-4 Bravo, the backseater. A note on
It just... I can't get past the name. Dude 4-4 Bravo, the backseater. And we make fun of our Navy for being seamen.
The back door.
Anyway.
on the back seater and the front seater. The single most important contributor to a successful rescue operation is the spirit of attack inside the heart of that downed aviator. Their will to survive, their will to evade, their will to recover is everything. In this case, the backseater's absolute commitment to surviving made much of our efforts possible. On Saturday, 4 April, after establishing positive communications with the backseater, we learned, as the president said, that he was injured and actively evading enemy forces. And thanks to our interagency
Without context,
partners,
that just
we
doesn't
were
make it
able
any
to get
better.
eyes on his location and positively ID him. Throughout this entire time, the enemy force continued to search for 4-4 Bravo, and the joint force continued to strike them over and over and over again. Fighting off marginal weather in Iran and the enemy's search for a second time on Saturday, at the recommendation of the CENTCOM commander and at the approval of the Secretary and the President, we launched a rescue task force to recover Dude 4-4 Bravo. Again, this came to the President and the Secretary for approval, this time with a much larger force package based on the time that the enemy had to prepare to find 4-4 Bravo. Again, this force was protected by A-10 Warthogs using the Sandy call sign. And this force had one single mission: do everything they can to bring an American home.
And
this
they
meant
did.
having a plan, being prepared to execute that plan, and more importantly, being prepared for multiple simultaneous contingencies.
All right, I'm
and
speeding this
because
shit up.
of this force's professionalism, grit, and determination, fight off two enemies at the same time: the enemy searching for 4-4 Bravo and contingencies, which anyone who has done these types of missions knows we run into every single time. The force fought off both of those enemies incredibly well. During the period of darkness on Saturday, and as the Secretary said, into Easter Sunday and into the daylight, the force fought its way in and rescued Dude 4-4 Bravo. They were protected overhead by an air armada, including tactical drones, strike aircraft, and others. The
Motherfucker, we got drones and aircraft in the sky looking for this motherfucker, just shooting up targets while they're trying to find this dude. Holy shit.
Oh, this person is trying to say the downed pilot was a fake cover story for a failed U.S. military operation to capture Iran's primary stockpile of highly enriched 60% uranium. Roughly 440 to 970 pounds. The primary stockpile is located in Isfahan, exactly where the pilot was lost, quote unquote. This explains why the U.S. heavily bombarded the area while searching, quote unquote, and why the C-130s were destroyed without.
Yep, you froze on me. Yep, you froze on me. You're, Davey. You're glitching. Oh my god, dude. Hold on. Davey. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, you were
Is that me?
glitching that entire time, yes.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, I'm looking at the replay now, and I'm just fucking still.
Yeah. And all we hear is yeah. What they're trying to say.
Lauren said not C-130s. It's trying to see what it is. Don't they usually have AFRC?
No, I mean they're not just gonna have them plastered on the side what they are. No.
Yeah, I think they do. I think they have what they are. Robo Davey, you killed Davey. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on my computer today. Apparently, it's being retarded.
Yeah.
But I even restarted it. But yeah, so they're saying that this is the C-130 that was down.
Yeah, that's not a C-130. There ain't no fucking way.
Yeah, no. C-130s are fucking huge.
Yeah. There'd
But
be
that's
a
what
hell
they're
of a
saying.
lot more wreckage.
Yeah, but this is what I was talking about with this guy. This comes from Ryan Matta. I guess I watched the whole video. I saw some of it, and I was like, "Is this where we're going with this?"
So it looks like that our reporting has been confirmed true. Everything that the Pentagon is telling you about the operation yesterday is an absolute and utter complete lie. Now I'm going to let one of the guests that Mario just interviewed break this down.
Wait. Why does he sound like a fucking Krasistine pedophile?
I don't know.
Okay, go
Just
ahead.
has that nasally voice.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a C1. Rick says yes, that is a C-130.
A wreck? That means that shit was in the fucking... I don't know.
I listen. I listen to Rick. Rick knows his planes.
I mean...
From what I understand, there were no American deaths in the rescue operation. You're
Yeah,
saying there could have been deaths with the...
You're being lied to, Mario. You're being lied to.
By the way, this guy is the new expert that they're throwing out there. This is the new expert on all military stuff. I've seen this guy on a couple podcasts.
Look, a C-130, just as a side note, I was hired by Hollywood to be a consultant on the first A-Team movie, and the script writer in it had the A-Team rush the cockpit of a C-130 and strap themselves to the pilot seat and hit the ejection button. And I had to tell him, I said, boy, that's really creative writing, except there's only one problem. You don't have ejection seats in a C-130. It's a hard shell aircraft.
Yeah.
So when that thing exploded and crashed into the ground, and the video on that's not AI generated, none of the crew got out. So there were deaths. The Pentagon is lying. They're covering it up.
But from what I understand, the C-130 was blown up by the U.S. forces in the rescue operation to ensure enemy forces don't take control of it.
That's the story the Pentagon's putting out. That's what you keep getting fed, frankly, all this bullshit from the Pentagon. They're liars. They lied about the KC-135 that went down some weeks ago. They claimed that it had crashed midair. It got taken out by a missile.
You're talking about the two KC-130, the shadow tankers that collided, but they also didn't lie about the casualties there. They said all pilots. They didn't lie that nothing got destroyed.
Well, no, on that one they didn't lie. They had a convenient excuse for how they.
This one's from RT. It says God raised Trump to kill Islamic Iranians for Jewish people.
Pastor. Okay.
Came up with a lie to explain how it came down. Oh, this was just an accident. These guys.
Rick said it was blown up on the ground. If it was blown up in the air, those engines would not be as close to each other. Yeah. It's the Charlie Kirk assassination. I know what happened because I wasn't there. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. These landed and were scuttled. This guy's an idiot. Yeah, but this guy is the new... Remember that Japanese guy that was going around for a day and a half telling everybody, oh, I made these predictions. And then it turns out he's some kind of fucking weirdo. Yeah, that's what this guy is.
Didn't die in combat. It was an accident. It was a sad accident. But to admit that the C-130 went down, and because when it goes down and crashes, nobody gets out, and therefore that wasn't a collision, mid-air collision. They couldn't present it as such. They had a lot of aircraft, and that was just for one pilot. Look, with this, this is a reminder of. We're now technologically at a stage where you really no longer need pilots in aircraft over combat zones. It's an
No, we're not there yet, dumb fuck. I hate people. I hate people.
But Matt is this Ryan Matta is a big fucking 431K followers, and he said at the beginning,
So it looks like that our reporting has been confirmed true.
Their reporting has been confirmed true. And it was shot down and people have been killed.
No. Again, I hate humanity. It's always going to be this way, though, dude. It's always going to be this way. It has never been. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it has. Maybe it has. But I'm just going to say it's never been this fucking widespread of the amount of retarded shit that is happening.
It's the fucking internet. It's the internet. You don't know what's real. You don't know what's not real. You have people just putting shit out, trying to be the first to come up with it just so they could say, I fucking told you so.
Fair enough.
And so it's like, and then you have these fucking idiots who go, oh, yeah. Oh, maroon shirts. Yeah. Yeah. Can we just fucking, I listen, I don't want to believe the government as much as possible either. But you're telling me, you're telling me at one point, one person was saying what? They were saying 1,300 people died and everybody's just going, yeah, Russian TV is telling us, RT's telling us, Reuters is telling us, Islam Today is telling us that, the 1,300 Americans don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Go ahead and read that, Davey.
Candace Owens calls for Mad King Trump's removal, claiming satanic Zionists control the White House.
You know who she represents? Women. She has a massive woman audience. And didn't she say we don't give a fuck about your midterms?
Yes.
Now she's calling for the removal of the president because she thinks the Jews are doing it. Have we had enough yet?
No.
But yeah. You get that. Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, sticking to fucking Iran, American wasn't just the target. It was also the escape plan. The loophole is starting to close. The U.S. arrests Qasem Soleimani's niece in Los Angeles. Secretary Rubio revoked her green card and her daughters for promoting Iranian regime propaganda while living a lavish lifestyle in America. Same week, the State Department terminated legal status for the daughter of Ali Lahrajan, former Secretary of Iran's Supreme Secretary Council. The ideology stays home. The family gets out.
2020 was just arrested in Los Angeles. The niece of Qasem Soleimani, the IRGC general the United States killed in 2020, was just arrested in Los Angeles. She and her daughter had their green cards revoked by Secretary of State Rubio for actively promoting Iranian regime propaganda while living a lavish lifestyle in the United States. And if your first reaction is just, well, that's ironic, you're missing the bigger story. There's actually 3 stories here. The first is what an intelligence professional would call a lifestyle indicator. When the family members of senior regime figures are living in the country that the regime calls the Great Satan, enjoying the freedoms, the economy, the legal protections, while simultaneously promoting that regime's propaganda online, it tells you something about the sincerity of the ideology. This is not unique to Iran. This is a pattern that you see with authoritarian regimes worldwide. The leadership class sends their families, their money, and their real estate portfolios to the West, while telling their own population that the West is the enemy. The ideology is for domestic consumption. The lifestyle is for export. In Iran, their words and deeds are for the glory of Allah, but for the family members, their bikinis are for Instagram. The second story is operational. The State Department didn't just revoke one family's green cards. Earlier this month, they also terminated the legal status of the daughter of Ali Lahrajan, the former Secretary of Iran's Supreme National.
And guess what the left is calling it? Islamophobia.
Oh my God. Of course. Of course.
So wait a minute. So you're telling me that Iran and all that is so great, so fucking great. Allah is so great that these people don't even keep their own families in their country. They send them to America. They allow these women to go to America and live the way they want to, because
they got to come over here and take it over, Davey. You know how this goes, right?
These women are living on
These women.
These women are living on Iranian blood money. The niece and grandniece of Qasem Soleimani have enjoyed a high-end, luxurious lifestyle in Los Angeles, completely free from the Islamic restrictions they help enforce at home. How can the Islamic Republic justify killing, torturing, and imprisoning thousands of women for violating Islamic morals, while allowing a liberal life of luxury for their own families? But justice is finally catching up. Just days ago, the U.S. revoked their legal status and arrested them. But many more remain out there, enjoying lives funded by decades of exploiting the Iranian people. The rest of the world must act, now.
They just
Good.
out here.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Former son of Iran's former ambassador to Venezuela covers his expensive Porsche in McDonald's food to celebrate Easter. While children in the regime live lavish lifestyles abroad, millions of Iranians survive on $4 a day. Once again, they come over to our country and use our shit against us.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you they have diplomatic immunity.
As long as they're nationals, yeah.
She was okay.
He is pretty hot. Oh, Spuds. The Spuds. What is it about sleeping with the enemy? What is that thing?
Stockholm Syndrome.
Well, technically you're not wrong, but it's supposed to be a no. Don't do it. But yeah.
But yeah, there's these people are allowing these people, their family members, to come to the U.S., live however they want.
Yeah.
But Biz agrees. Do whatever they want here because Western culture.
Davey, you're missing one thing in their culture, too. It is okay to break the cultural norms if you're actually doing something for the cause. Like
this is true.
Living here
You're
doing
right.
this shit and preaching the Allah, what is it? What's their book called?
The Quran?
Quran. That's it. I don't know why the fuck I couldn't. If you're doing that shit, it's still okay. So, why not? I mean, would you like to cover your face because you're a woman and not say shit? Or come over to the United States and live like this?
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't fucking listen. Then don't be fucking death to America because they both were decimating propaganda.
I get it.
They were all decimating fucking Muslim propaganda.
I get it.
While they were sitting here in America, living the lap of luxury, and while people are starving in their country, getting bombed because of their government.
I'm just glad somebody's doing something about it now, though. Honestly.
Yeah. I am too, but, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. And then the news, CNN asked Tim Dillon if comedians with podcasts are part of the new establishment.
Oh my fucking God. They're going to try to take over this space.
The problem is the comedians with the podcasts who have these big giant audiences that people listen to because the news is irrelevant because it's fake and gay. But yeah, no, the comedians, the guys who take dark shit and make it funny and say shit that, and try to make it funny. Right. Sometimes it lands, sometimes it doesn't. Those guys are responsible for Donald Trump.
But I ask because
yeah.
Do you feel like you're part of a new establishment that's being created?
I don't think I'm part of a new establishment. I think it would be pretty difficult to look at these podcasts. I know it's a popular thing right now, especially in certain media circles, to say that after running an incredibly unpopular candidate who was introduced very late in the race because an elderly man who could not be the president, who everyone told was functioning as the president for 4 years, decided to, this wind is wild, huh?
Yeah.
See? but this was a very specific circumstance in which.
By the way, on his last podcast, he was wearing tits. These are the people who they're like, you are the reason why Kamala lost. He wore tits to make fun of Kristi Noem's husband for an entire podcast. If that's who you're taking your advice from, and the news is saying that you guys are the forefront of fucking media, Houston, we have a problem.
It's out my balls.
Kamala Harris ran for the presidency. She was somewhat unpopular, and she was not a star in Democratic politics before this at all. And her communication strategy was pretty weak. I think most people have admitted that.
What the fuck?
So to hang this
that was you.
all on a few podcasts and to say that they were the problem, I just don't buy the narrative. So I don't think I'm a new establishment. If you weigh, again, a few comedians with podcasts versus all of the people that supported Kamala Harris, Democrat donors, billionaires, big people. If the idea is that me and a few comedians have more power
Can't watch this. This is
than
bringing up my demons.
multi-billionaires, huge media institutions, a whole political party apparatus, I just don't think most people are going to buy that. I think it seems like a great way to excuse running an unpopular candidate on a platform that American people weren't sold on.
I think even beyond politics, though, even beyond
I hate her voice.
The election. Like, again, I know that they're like liberal Joe Rogan.
Dude, you know who she reminds me of?
What?
That red-headed bitch from Wild Thornberries?
I've never watched Wild Thornberries. I just know the guy. That's it. That's all I know. Because I get like that.
Just the look and everything. It's just like, yeah. All right.
And I think not like nuanced enough, but there is power in a massive audience.
There's absolutely power in a massive audience, but if you're saying that power is equal to the CIA or all of these other people,
you're right, Spuds. It did.
Have been very critical of President Trump, right?
Yeah.
So the idea that like the power that Theo Von has would be equal to like the intelligence agencies or these massive legacy media institutions seems crazy.
But you got way more audience than like
Pause.
like when you're saying we don't have power.
Pause and go back to her. Look. Your screen? My screen.
She does.
Your
if
screen?
If she dyed her hair red.
I can't help but not to see it, dude. All right, go ahead.
More audience than like when you're saying we don't have power, we're not the CIA. Well, there's some gradations between that, and also I'm sure there's like.
Well, just you use the word establishment.
Yeah.
I didn't say that we didn't have any power or that audiences weren't powerful, but when you use the term establishment, I think that's more than just having an audience. That's having an institutional component that I don't.
When comedians are the fucking rational ones, the news has a problem.
Yes.
When the comedians are the sane ones, the comedians are the dark, fucking, you don't know what's going through their head. There's a lot of demons in their head that they fight off to say some things. A lot of comedians that I know can go darker, but they don't. So you're telling me that Tim Dillon wore tits on his last podcast is more influential than the CIA, the billionaire donors, Apple, Apple, Facebook, YouTube.
On the public, yeah, because nobody thinks about those companies and those people. I mean, if you know the CIA is doing something, it's usually gonna involve fucking you. So, yeah, there's that.
There is a plutocracy within every authoritarian government on earth. Castro's grandson, they're Venezuelans. Soleimani's relatives are the elite, who are the beneficiaries of the country's stolen wealth. Sure, Jan. We're off-label hosts. Yeah.
Right.
Why is everything coming back to Wild Thornberries? Because everything comes back to the Wild Thornberries. Apparently.
Look, Mandy, you can't deny it. It doesn't matter if it's just weird one-off of wild thornberries yet again. Which, yeah, I remember that. You remember that "Whoa Vicky" quote from our "Whoa Vicky" clip from a while back with the wild thornberries, dude?
Oh yeah.
I'm on my period, and then just goes that shit was fucking hilarious.
Comedy clubs are like Facebook, our CAA created construct. Oh, comedy clubs like Facebook, our CAA created construct. Yeah, you might be right. Not gonna lie, they do got a lot of fucking information on us, and yeah, apparently they were cohorting with Joe Biden and Donald Trump.
Zuckerberg doesn't look human either, so there is that.
They were all fucking cooperating with Biden and Trump during the fucking 2020 election,
right?
Because yeah, they both had calls into fucking Facebook and Meta and Instagram and all that shit to, hey, take this down. Hey, we don't want this. Take this down. X at the time, before Elon bought it.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, the Artemis trip here, they have actually gone around the moon, and they are now on their way back. It's going to be interesting to see what we really actually do get from that shit. Not like first impression kind of shit, but yeah.
So it's already gone to... So we can get to the moon in what? Fucking 4 days now?
Yeah, it's been 5 days. We got to the moon and went around it in 5 days. Yes. Yes. We have come from what modern man was 300,000 years ago. For 300,000 years, modern man has been on the planet, and now we are going back out into space to just take little luxury trips around the moon.
Listen, Elon Musk really put a fucking fire on under their ass, huh?
I'm telling
Elon Musk is like, I'm going to get to the moon in the next 2 years, and NASA's just like, fuck that. We'll be at the moon in 5 days. We're going to come around it, and we're going to make sure we can get fucking back there. As soon as we can get back there, fuck Elon Musk.
Elon's going to the moon because he wants to see the dark side of the moon. We're just going to go ahead and go around it.
NASA's just like, we saw the dark side, Elon. Fuck you. And Elon's like, I am the dark side. Watch this.
Well, speaking of that.
Why did they stay longer? Because we haven't been to the moon since 1969.
Right.
That's why they haven't stayed longer.
Why didn't they stay longer? I mean, they slowed down to like less than 1,000 miles an hour.
Can they get pictures? Can they still?
Oh yeah, we got.
Can they still get from when they were around?
Well, we didn't get direct signal from them. They were storing everything, and when they come back into the area where they can make contact again, yeah, all that information will be sent.
It's just a green screen.
What is?
Where they are. It's just a green screen.
Oh.
So Glenn said. We were never to the moon, Davey. I know, Glenn. I know we never. Actually, 1972. All right.
But
Tweak and Gina will not be happy to hear that the moon is round.
We do have to go over to the other side here. It is that time. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some more information about aliens we need to bring up.
What up, Chase?
But we'll see y'all in about 3 minutes. We'll see you on the Rumble side.
Hey, it's me, Davey. You know, the simple one. Here at Off Label Podcast, we're all about doing things the off-label way. But without you, we're just two idiots who talk to each other on the internet. So please, if you could, hit that like button, repost, and give us a follow. And if you're feeling frisky enough, throw a comment. We now return you to our regularly scheduled bullshit.
It's not hard.
I mean, it's not.
So you know what? It's fine. You're changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. Your check is I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah.
He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression.
Could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the beat.